So I got several things here. I don't know which one to start reading, Tom. Let me see here. I don't want to sound cheeky, bombarding you with questions, but I have a question about nut allergy. Ever since I was young, I have been allergic to nuts. I know I am allergic to peanuts, Well, you know, when anyone's allergic to anything, just remember lymph, 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 lymph. Not blood, lymph, 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 lymph. And once you clean your lymph system real well, you won't be allergic to these nuts. But, you know, it just shows that nuts aren't everything they were purported to be. And a lot of people are seeing the trouble they're having with them. I don't mind a few nuts. The problem is they can be overeaten real readily. Anything that's a protein is contraindicated to detoxification, of course. But outside of that, I've been known to gobble down pine nuts, pignolia nuts like crazy. That's a problem. They put on fat. But I love pine nuts and raisins, boy, I tell you. Just love them. A lot of good fatty acids. Also, I have tendinitis in my right ear for around 2 years. So the right side of your body, that would be where you're plugged up lymphatically speaking. And this you can attribute it to pressure, myelin sheath weakness. You can go on right down the line with this. It started in the summer and comes and goes, although it always there faintly. And that goes back to the lymph system and the pressures in the body in that way. You got to understand you have two fluids and you're going to have two types of pressure. Like glaucoma is a lymphatic pressure, not a blood pressure. It's a wrong kind of pressure. It's an acid pressure. Not good. I have been to the ear, nose, and throat department and my hearing is fine. Hello. Has nothing to do with here. I had an MRI scan which came back fine apart from a tiny cyst in the front part of my head. Now listen, that's evidence right there that your lymph system is at issue here. Tiny cysts, no big deal. Oh yes, it is a big deal. Tiny cysts can have tumors associated with them. So you want to just get your lymph system moving, clean up your GI tract, because this is something you want to take care of here. You don't want any cysts growing on the head or in the head. So definitely want to address your lymph system. That'll pop the pressure out. Is that cysts on the right side of the head? Just interesting if it is, you know, how that is. Remember, you're bilateral. Apparently could have been there since birth. Yeah, but things never stay the same. Don't ever think anything stays the same, because that's not true. Nothing in life ever stays the same. Everything is in constant flux. Nothing really static here. And so that really means that the potential for it to go bigger with, but you're also introduced to raw foods and taking care of yourself more, so you could hold it there. But I would advise you get it out of there and get that pressure out of there, then your ringing in your ears will go away. I would love to attend one of I'm hoping to go to Camp America in June or July, so I'll be in the States anyway. Any information on classes? September. I opened up a new class for September. I'm definitely going to do a level 2 with you guys, because we just need more time with these protocols. And you guys are really getting smartened up there quite a bit. So Tom, thanks for the input there. These are all part of the same thing there, so thanks, Tom. But get your lymph system moving, bro. Get those kidneys cleaned up. Get the adrenals up and running. That'll increase myelin sheath integrity. It'll increase neurotransmitter production, which is how you do that. And then your steroids will balance out. Your lymph will start filtering through your kidneys, and you'll start draining. So the cysts will come out, and the ringing will go away. But always remember to listen. Not only listen externally, but listen internally. One should become a listener and an observer. That's how you grow spiritually, because you have to break the thoughts, the thinking processes. I had a man in here yesterday, he can't turn off his thinking. And what's funny, he flew down here from New York. He's an older guy. And I went more time than I should have with him, but, you know, trying to help him. And he walked away and just going to do the diet, I guess. And so he'll never, ever correct himself. You know, because this is and he'll never do the diet, doesn't even want to do wrong, wants to have a little salmon here and there. Well, you're never going to get well doing those things. It's a trip. It's a trip. You know, we were talking about that yesterday, about grape juice fasting and grape fasting. It really isn't a fast. You know, when you're eating grapes, you're not fasting. You're eating the foods your body's designed to eat. It's not a fast. To a person that has a sad American diet or a standard diet around the globe there, yeah, that's a fast. But to someone who knows the design of the human body, we know that is just the food your body's designed to eat. Fasting would truly be the withdrawal of all foods. So we call it a juice fast or a grape fast or whatever we want there. But truly it's just eating the foods you're designed to eat. Let me see here. This is WIOLAGIEGIEL. Whew! Man, Dr. Morse, my name is Violetta. Wow, beautiful name. Tough for us country boys. You're wonderful too, dear. Appreciate the coming in and enjoying the site here. I have a question. I juice all day long. I absolutely love it. I eat only 1 meal a day. That's smart. It isn't always raw. I more enjoy drinking juices than eating. Is it a bad thing? No, well, not really. Even juice alfalfa, that's my favorite in terms of the greens. That's the most powerful food I think out there, one of them. Am I consuming too much sugar? Heck no. These are simple sugars, you know. It's true, you know, when you juice, you really compact there. And if you have candida, they probably enjoy that because then you probably, if you have weak adrenal glands, that would be too much sugar for the body to metabolize. But simple sugars go a long way. So I don't know, you know. If you have good adrenals, nah. Please help. I am suddenly scared of my orange, something of my orange juice. I am slim, 115 pounds, 5'4". I juice oranges. There's nothing wrong with juicing these foods. Carrots could be a little sweet because they're already a little starchy. And you know, you might look at an orange being sweeter than a carrot, but actually a carrot has more sugar than an orange. I juice oranges, beets, celery like carrots. Sorry for misspelling your last name. It's that time I wrote to you. It's all right. It's all right. Nothing in a name. It's not the name that matters, is it? But if you're slim and too slim, you might be malabsorbed there, dear one. So I would just get after my lymph system and clean up my gut, my GI tract, get my kidneys and adrenals up and keep going. Sounds like you're doing marvelous, darling. Sounds great. You know, there's no books really written on this. I mean, we've written them, but to tell you the truth, nobody's over anybody with a club. You do the best you can. You move in and out. Those that tear it apart, I appreciate you guys because those are the ones that get the deepest and they learn the most. And those make the best healers, no question. You don't make a good healer if you have never done this on your own. And I see this with all these graduates from these naturopathic schools. They're taught supplements and treatments of symptoms and things, and I think it's just so sad that these poor people waste their time and money in these colleges, and then they go out, they don't know how to cure anybody. People load, I had that experience yesterday again, another naturopath, another bunch of supplements, a lot of money. So this guy's coming to me, he's already taxed out with finances, and he's still in trouble. And that's the sad thing that I see going on here in our field, the natural health field. This is just another reason I'm doing these YouTubes and trying to get you guys up to speed as being good healers, because we're going to overshadow these poor people and hopefully they will change and come to us and start learning how to really heal people. But and it's not an arrogant statement. It's simply factual. I just constantly get people in here from other naturopaths, and it disgusts me that naturopathy has been overshadowed by naturopathic medicine, only to discredit naturopathy because naturopathic medicine sucks. Dr. Morse, this is to add to previous question. I tried juicing the fruits today, and boy, did it make a difference. Suddenly, I had energy for the first time in ages, and this is cool again. Now, you mentioned a lady with malfunctioning pancreas in a video in November last year, I think. She then was on her 35th day of a juice fast due to pancreatic problems, and initially she couldn't tolerate any supplements. Could that be the way for me? Yeah, absolutely. I also tried some parsley with apple juice, and that gave my stomach pain. Wow. Yeah, you might want to go to the fruit side. And this is another thing you understand in healing. And there's a good question coming up here, I think, in terms of endurance. As a matter of fact, why don't I address that now? Because it kind of fits with this. This is some good questions here. This is Organic Superman. Excuse me. What is the best food to consume during endurance sports, events like marathon and Ironman? Well, to a point, and you realize this is about energy. So the first thing about energy is the more you connect spiritually with who you are, and the more you get away from the mind, and the more you become who you really are, the more energy you'll have. No question about that. So in terms of activity, of any muscle or any cellular involvement, and just keep this in mind. If you said, what is the main cause of dis-ease? If you said, what is the main cause of dis-ease, one word could pop up, and that one word may be called obstructions. Obstruction to the flow of energy causes dis-ease. You could call it blood flow, that's an energetic flow. You could call it lymph flow, that's an energetic flow. You could call it nerve flow, that's an energetic flow. Everything is energetic flows and magnetisms. This is how all life is. It corresponds and relates and takes on and interchanges. So it's obvious when you're getting ready to do a long run or any kind of activity, you want all the energy on board. So first thing, good adrenals, really key to neural function because nerves make everything happen. So it's key. So I would really be working on the adrenals, particularly previous to that. And before that, I'd pop 2 or 3 probably adrenal glandulars and really get that up. A lot of my people use the God's blend, the superfood blend, and pump that especially. But one of the biggest things is keep too much digestion away from you. You don't want your energy going to digestion because you'll have a lot less for your muscles. And if you demand too much of that energy away from the gut, then you'll get the fermentation and putrefaction. So really, the less you eat, the better you're going to have more energy, more endurance, and you're going to kick butt. And that's just the way it is. And I think it was Stanford. It could have been another university. This has been years ago. I think they did, geez, don't quote me because I just can't remember. But they took, I was thinking, something like 30 or 40 athletic modules, and from deep knee bends to pull-ups to chin-ups to all types of modules athletically. And they went out and they took a cross between a natural hygienist, a vegetarian. I think they even got a fruitarian. They got a bodybuilder, an athletes, just lay people. And what they did is they looked at the athletic ability of each one of those in relationship to their particular diets. And let's take deep knee bends for example, because I just happen to remember that one. Let's say where the lay person could do 30 or 40 deep knee bends, the athlete could do up to 50 or 60. The natural hygienist did about 100. But the fruitarian, what was interesting in most modules, the fruitarian did like 250 deep knee bends. In other words,